And welcome to the Ultimate Fight fan accounts. To all my Ultimate Fight fans, let's get going. This is the Ultimate UFC prospects of each weight class. We've got Joshua Van, elite striker, brilliant young fighter, going to be a future flyweight contender, without doubt. Gets win every time, striking is amazing. Only 23 years old. Yeah. He is a future contender. Lona Kavanagh, great young contender. Got a fight this weekend on UFC London. Great striker. Moves like the Flash. He's so quick as a fighter. And he's undefeated so far in the UFC. He could definitely be a ranked fighter in the near future. Andre Lima, the guy most famously known for being bit on the arm. And he's got the tattoo of it now. He is elite contender, elite young prospect, 11-0, 4-0 in the UFC, great kickboxer, showing quality with submissions. He's an all-round good contender for the future. Vinicius Oliveira, great fighter, 3-0 in the UFC. He fights good competitors as well, including someone we're about to talk to soon. Very dangerous fighter on the floor and on the feet. 16 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 14 of them finishes have been in the first round. And this next guy that Vinicius Oliveira actually beat in vicious fashion with a huge knee, Bernardo Sopai, the Albanian young talent, so young, has great boxing. He showed great potential. He had a win recently and he just showed loads of quality. He's a future contender for sure. Definitely going to be ranked. Gene Matsumoto, brilliant fighter, has everything. Everything. His only loss in his career was recently to Rob Font on short notice, which is huge. Rob Font's a big name, veteran of the sport, and it was on short notice. Kevin Vallejos, 15-1-0. His only career loss was to Gene Silva, who we all know now as a member of the Fighting Nerds, an elite contender for the future, Mr. Gene Silva. And if they fight again, who knows what will happen. But he could definitely climb the rankings and they could be ranked together. Farid Basharat. He's normally spoken about for his ground game, but I've always been a bit of a fan of his boxing. I think he's got a lot better lately. When I've seen him, his boxing and his kickboxing, he looks quality. Much better than his brother. And yeah, still undefeated, 13-0, 4-0 in the UFC. Felipe Lima, 14-1-0, 2-0 in the UFC, 4 wins by KO, 3 wins by submission. He's good on the ground and on the feet. Submission quality, like KO ability, he's just looking brilliant for the future. Felipe Lima, remember the name. For a ZM, brilliant fighter. Do it wherever the fight goes, he can be amazing. Just no quitting, this guy. He showed it against Mike Davis, where it looked like Mike Davis was going to snap his leg and he just wouldn't quit, and he ended up getting a big win. For a ZM, definitely one for the future. Soon to be ranked. Joel Alvarez. Now this guy, the Spanish fighter, 22 wins, 22 finishes. And when you watch him, you expect him to be a boxer. You expect him to have more striking finishes. He's got 5 finishes by KO and 17 wins by submission. He is almost the perfect fighter. Mauricio Ruffi, an elite striker, highlight reel career already with his striking and his finishes already. Spoken about and talked about as if he fights like the next Conor McGregor. Member of the Fighting Nerds, so he's already got the publicity going on, and he definitely will be an elite contender. Oban Elliott, the Welsh gangster, 3-0 in the UFC. Most recently getting a huge KO win over Basil Hafez. He is a great boxer. Not the tallest, but his striking is quality and he still has that great power for the division. Brian Battle. He's already halfway there to becoming a superstar. He has the quality on the mic. Everyone knows Brian Battle now because of how much of a character he is. He is going to be like a Colby Covington kind of guy, but he will be a good fighter in that welterweight division. Carlos Leal. So he got robbed in his debut. It's Rinat Fekradinov by unanimous decision as well. But then since then, he had Alex Morono, and he destroyed Alex Morono. Hits like an absolute truck for welterweight. He could definitely get some more wins. Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk. That is literally what this guy is. He's smaller than a lot of fighters in his division, but he hits like a truck. He is a little tank. He is just so big. He's short, but he's just wham, and he will just hit, and he will knock you out. Azamat Bekaev. This man, we're talking about hitting like a truck. Azamat Bekaev has one punch KO power. He has, he could touch you and you could just fall. Azamat Bekaev, definitely going to be a ranked fighter soon. Speaking of soon to be ranked fighters, this guy, Nursultan Ruziboev, a giant, 6'5". 6'5". He's had so many fights in his career. 35 wins, 9 draws. 35 wins, 9 losses and 2 draws. 2-1 in the UFC. Zhang Minyang. This guy's the kiss of death. 18 wins, 18 finishes, 18 first round finishes. If he puts his hands on you, you will go down and you won't get back up. Zhang Minyang, remember the name. Future light heavyweight contender. Now this is a tricky one. Ibo Aslan. I'm sure people would have had him before his most recent loss to Ion Cutelaba, but Ibo Aslan is a future superstar. He's got a huge following, which already makes you half a superstar. Being from Turkey, he's got a huge Turkish following, and he is an elite kickboxer. Just needs to work on his wrestling. Navajo Sterling. He's a great kickboxer. Still undefeated, not as many fights as some of the other people on this list. He's 6-0, 1-0 in the UFC. But he trains at Adesanya's gym. He's a great kickboxer, still young. He could be one to look out for. Mario Pinto, English and Portuguese. That's what he goes as. Danger striking. He got a big win over Austin Lane on his UFC debut by a TKO. Yeah, he is 10-0, 1-0 in the UFC. He's not a blob as well, which is what the heavyweight needs. There's too many blobs around. Kennedy Unzechukwu. As soon as I saw the Chris Barnett fight start, I knew, okay, he could actually be a problem at heavyweight. So quick for the division. Moving up from light heavyweight has really just benefited him. And he could definitely be a rank. He's definitely worthy of a ranking. Talishon Texera, an absolute giant. I believe he's 6'7" heavyweight. He's huge. Devastating win over Justin Tafa. Absolutely destroyed him in round 1. 8 wins, 8 finishes, 8 first round finishes. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe and follow the TikTok.